Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studios in Madison. This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Wetsuit on to jump in Lake Michigan. The Green Bay Packers got it done Thursday against the Detroit Lions, and I will say handily. I will say they took it to the Detroit Lions. Kyle Bruston Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Ben Brust alongside all the guys. Everyone's back. The heartbeat of the show. The second biggest Packer fan I know. The heartbeat of the show. He's Kyle Wallace. What up, Kyle?
Feeling good, baby. Feeling good. Been a good last 2 weeks. Real good last 2 weeks.
It sure has.
4-0. My team's is 4-0. I'm smiling, baby.
The Badgers and the Packers are combined 4-0 the last 2 weeks. Chris Larson back in. Brad Nortman, 6-year, 6-time NFL punter, with us in his issued gear day. What?
34
Now
days.
you're wearing the Wisconsin Badger issued gear T-shirt that I used to wear to lift at my sophomore year.
Did you?
Yes.
So this looks like they could just change, football from the lower Wisconsin football to Wisconsin basketball. I think every
and they probably gave me that size because they
volleyball.
gave me 2 sizes too big.
I feel like that was the thing back then.
It was everything was baggy.
All these T-shirts they give me are large, and this is not how I wear T-shirts anymore.
Wait,
You wear medium now?
I mean, small if I could. No, this is an XL. I'm usually going with a large now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they gave you way bigger size than what was needed.
Everything that I have in Wisconsin is extra large. It all fits me big and weird now.
Well, Wisconsin's come a long way, I guess, with
And
this
they have.
athletic gear.
They have. This is the Adidas days. I mean, there was some weird things that they gave us with Adidas. You guys saw the unbranded T-shirt, the unbranded just red T-shirt for a bowl game. It caused controversy on the show.
Still skeptical, question mark. It didn't have anything that referred to it being
But we saw his dad wearing it.
I was wearing it with
my
my
dad.
dad.
Okay. Exactly.
All right.
Skeptical.
Yeah.
There's an asterisk next to
Had
it.
the 98 on the back of the tag.
Let's just hope that you go either over by more than one. And what's the over again?
77 and a half straight days on this show, Monday through Friday, wearing Panthers, Jaguars, Super Bowl 50, or Wisconsin Badger gear.
Let's make it 79 just because of the asterisk. We don't want Barry Bonds.
I think I'm gonna go over 80. And I told you guys this in pre-show. I only got about 4 T-shirts left.
You wear a lot of sweatshirts, jackets.
So we got some quarter zips. Yep. There's plenty of them.
We're heading into that type of season. 800-990-3776.
He's a hoarder. That's what he is.
Yeah, I honestly have 10 pieces of gear. 10. It doesn't even fit me. I don't wear them. It stinks.
So if it were you guys would just throw out the clothes?
I don't even know where it went.
I didn't say I would throw it out. I just say you're a hoarder. And I'm not saying I'm not a hoarder either. I'm just saying you're a hoarder. I know one when I see one.
So the Green Bay Packers won on Thursday, and that's a big deal. It's a very big deal. Thank you, Ben. Newsflash. Why it's a big deal is because Jordan Love played really, really well. You're continuing to see progression of the young guys on the team, and they beat the crap out of the first place 8-2 Lions in their very own division that came into Lambeau Field on a Thursday night and put you down 27-3. And you completely flipped the script. They didn't play scared. They played aggressive. They looked like honestly, it looked like it was flipped. The Packers looked like the Lions, and Lions looked like the Packers. And that's a really good sign, especially coming off of a Chargers win, in which, again, you could say it was handed to him, you could not, but you could also look at the game before and say, well, Rashawn Gary should have likely, again, it all, in my opinion, evened itself out. But I'd like to pull up a clip from last week. Kyle, you were out. Brad and I were discussing the upcoming rest of the schedule, and here's what I had to say about this Green Bay Packer team. Now, Chris, you can talk to me if we don't have it. Chris, give me something.
Yep, bringing it up right now. My computer jammed all of a sudden, so.
Gotta love the computer jam. So this was when Brad and I were discussing the 2 games in which the Lions and the Chiefs were a part of that. And the last 5, which we all have known, it's a little bit of a cupcake looking schedule. Not to say they're all easy wins, but when it comes to...
Here we go, we got it now.
But yeah, when it comes to the Green Bay Packers playoff chances, I would have said I'm find me dead if they do it. Look, I'll eat all the crow. Mark this, Max. Like, I'm sure you have. Mark it. If I'm wrong, I'll jump in Lake Michigan naked at the end of the season. I will.
No one's asking for the naked part.
Yeah, we don't need the naked part. We got to post this on social media, so maybe,
Whatever you need me to do,
right,
clothed, I will do.
All right, fair.
With the lack of clothing. Mark it.
Mark that, please.
And what am I what's the official thing, just so I know?
I don't know, just
Making the playoffs?
Yes.
Yeah, make the playoffs.
Yeah, if they make the playoffs, I will jump in Lake Michigan.
Perfect.
There we go. Prior to the Lions game, the Packers had an 8% chance of making the playoffs. Post-Lions game, the Packers have a 43% chance to make the playoffs. The Green Bay playoff plunge is in full force. And from this point forward, I'm still fully committed. If the Green Bay Packers make the playoffs, my ass is going to be in Lake Michigan with spandex, apparently, because I can't go naked.
Why can't it be swimming trunks or
I'm just saying,
shorts?
It would be funny if you really. Isn't there something funny about watching something like blurred, like if my butt was blurred and I was jumping in?
Are you gonna wear like the nude colored spandex then?
No. I'll wear whatever you want me to wear, Kyle. So you're comfortable.
You're fascinated with having no clothes. You come
volunteered
to work.
it.
No, for real. He volunteered to go in butt naked, have his stuff just all out there swinging, and then he also comes to work and doesn't wear underwear, and then he offers to not wear swimming trunks or shorts. He wants to wear a Speedo. I want my Green Bay Packers to make the playoffs.
There it is, Speedo.
But I'm just disappointed and a little nervous about Ben Bruss trying to give me a hug after he plunges in because the Packers make the playoff with his Speedo on.
Well, I want others to join, and what I will pledge right now is there will be a charity involved, and so this will be fun. Working with two charities right now to figure out which is going to be the one that we are raising money for the Green Bay playoff plunge, because they do the plunge, the polar plunge.
Yeah.
And so this is our Kyle Bruston-Ortman Green Bay playoff plunge. And with that, moving forward, for every Jordan Love touchdown, I'll even do running. It could be rushing or passing. I will donate $100 to the charity that we figure out.
Big money.
So with 6 games left.
You won't donate a lot of money.
6 games left. Say there's 2 touchdowns.
No, there's going to be more than that.
No, I'm saying a game.
Oh, so wait, every touchdown or anytime he throws a touchdown in a game?
Throw or run.
So $600 is the most, or
no?
I think
per touchdown.
Per touchdown. I'm just saying on average.
You gonna have at least 1,000 touchdowns.
I think he's gonna average 2.5 a game.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Damn.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Look, wait. What were you thinking? What was the number you had in your head for these donations?
I was thinking 2 a game, $1,200.
Yeah,
it's maybe
that's
15
all right.
at the end of it, but
I mean, he could go off. Who knows? I mean, there's some bad teams on there.
Big Money Ben.
I don't know about Big Money Ben. What I got to be worried about is the 12 nieces and nephews and the baby on the way in February. But that being said, that is my pledge, and I have a list of people. And Brad's a part of it. Tori Lowe's a part of it. John Anderson of ESPN's a part of it. We're gonna get Kyle there. He's a baby. He's scared of the water.
It's a little. When are we doing this plunge?
If they make the playoffs, we're doing it in January.
What's the average temperature in Wisconsin in January?
Ooh, we're probably looking at
20s.
The highs are in the 20s.
Pneumonia and hypothermia is real. So
boo.
we gonna. I love.
We're not taking a swim. We're not swimming across Lake Michigan.
You know what a plunge is? A plunge means I'm in the water, and now I gotta get out. Gonna be cold, so we gonna have to see. I love the idea. I'm all about charity, but we gonna have to do something.
All right, so
what's so good though? This is on the heels of a playoff berth for your Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
It feels so good.
Hypothermia is worth the playoff.
It would be refreshing. And a new dawn of the Green Bay Packers.
See, Brett Favre, his last game in Green Bay, it was negative degrees outside in the NFC Championship game against the Giants.
The water was warmer.
No, he looked freezing cold.
Sure, though.
He probably had the way he played, the way he threw passes, hypothermia. Okay, he didn't look like he was too happy. So again, for a good cause, I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna consider doing it, but
we'll get the cause figured out. We'll find out what we need to raise, and I will probably end up putting more towards the Kyle Fund if I need to. Is what I donate help go towards the Kyle Fund?
No, I need KBN Nation.
All right,
we're gonna have to talk about this offline. We'll figure it out in the weeks to come because the Packers will be making the playoffs. We're gonna figure out what that number is to get me in there because right now I just Packers making the playoffs. That's my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing to celebrate.
James in Milwaukee, Mike in Milwaukee, they're here on the text line. Bunch of tweets that I have favorited. You're not going to get out of it if you tweeted that you're jumping in as well. Our guy Matt from Sit Means Sit, if the Packers make the playoffs, is jumping in. We're going to get it. I mean, Josh DiMaggio's in. We're going to ask every single person this entire week if they're jumping in with us. And if they don't, that means they're not helping charity and they don't believe the Packers are going to make the playoffs. And again, this stemmed from the fact that I was like, I'm working under the assumption that the Packers aren't even going to win against the Lions or the Chiefs. And then I was like, sure, if they make the playoffs. So my odds, I've never been a good negotiator. I negotiated myself into a bad spot here.
Hey, and those odds turned very quick. The
8% to 43%.
The right teams lose, and the other right teams win. Boy, oh boy, you're talking about. And a good-looking Packers team looks like it could be sustainable success. And I just wonder if maybe you knew in your head when you just volunteered, I'll just jump into Lake Michigan. Man, maybe you knew that was going to be a freezing cold take if they actually did it.
He wanted to?
Yeah, well, maybe part of him wanted to.
800-990-3776. That's the ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. If you would like to join, and it could be in Madison, Lake Mendota. It could be at Bradford Beach here in Milwaukee. It could be anywhere in between. If you want part of this, 800-990-3776. Let us know. I'll mark you down. We'll put you on the list because, again, this is something – maybe it's too real now for people, right? 43% chance. Like, 43% chance? Why gotta jump in?
It was fun last week.
Because we're doing it for charity, too. We'll be raising money. And who knows? Maybe I'll go underwater for a minute if we raise a certain amount of money.
Wow.
I'm just trying to scare Kyle.
Even I got a little bit like, whoa.
KBN. K&N is cool. That's my favorite. But I do like the Ben and KBN.
David Hartland says Ben should wear the Borat swimsuit. Dave, that will be saved for Jesse Nelson, the hall monitor of Wilde and Tausch. He owes me a washed car in the Borat swimsuit. So I would plan on getting Jesse Nelson a part of this as well. Ryan in Madison, he says shrinkage, simply put. Yeah, there's going to be, and I'm okay with that. And I want you to get involved as well. We'll get Kyle along.
We're going to get him there.
We'll get him there.
I love the idea because the fact it's going to happen. I'm telling you this right now. Y'all better get ready. I mean, I didn't agree to this yet, but you guys did, and you guys better get ready for the pack. You guys know why. It's a little cold. I got it. No.
Why are you going to get ready? It's 43% chance.
You need to get ready.
It's still less than 50.
The Packers beat the Lions. The Packers have won 3 or 4 games. The Packers have shown resiliency, and they have shown growth. The Green Bay Packers are on their way to the playoffs, and that's what I'm saying. KBN Nation, all who agree, Torrey Lowe, Josh DiMaggio, you two, get ready to plunge, baby, because the Packers making the playoffs.
There's no doubt in your mind. Packers are making the playoffs.
No doubt about it in my mind. You don't win 3 or 4 games. You don't see. Here's the thing, fellas. We saw that game. When they played the Lions, I was there. The Lions manhandled us. And what did we do to return that? What did these young, inexperienced dudes do to return that on Thanksgiving Day? They went into Detroit, and they destroyed the Lions. They manhandled the Lions. They blew the Lions out. They returned the favor. That, my friend, shows a lot of growth, and that gives me confidence that this team is growing up and turning the corner.
I will say this. Outside of the playoff conversation, this was the first time that this young team, Jordan Love included, faced a repeat opponent. And boy, they game planned him well. They schemed him well, and they looked good. That is a sign of major growth. Major growth.
I think the Chiefs are flawed. I've thought that all year. They're not great offensively.
You already kind of foreshadowing something for Friday, huh?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just being honest here. The Chiefs are a good defensive team, but when you're asking Patrick Mahomes if he believes in his wide receivers midway through the season, that means they have nothing outside of Travis Kelce. I'm not saying Patrick Mahomes can't elevate them. But congratulations on scoring second-half points against the Raiders. They had their nice little jump when they got their new head coach, but everyone comes back to life. The Chiefs are flawed. I think in Lambeau Field, in primetime, right? That was a big thing. To me, the biggest thing that Jordan Love did is he played well in front of the turkey crowd. Everybody in their right mind is watching the first half. Halftime, they get their food. They sit back down. I don't know when you eat, regardless. You know, I mean, you're snacking, you're doing whatever. The whole world was watching Jordan Love. I have so many funny people panicking on my Twitter feed about Jordan Love. The people that I grew up with in Chicago, they're panicking right now. They are panicking because Jordan Love is showing them everything that they are scared of. And it's not that he's going to be a Hall of Famer. It's just the fact that he's competent. It's just the fact that, like, there is a guy under center for the Green Bay Packers that gives Bears fans more confident watching than their own quarterback, and they've been searching for God knows how long. That's demoralizing, and we'll talk with David Kaplan because guess what? Bears fans today, for the Green Bay playoff plunge, they play the Vikings. The Vikings are ahead of the Packers in the standings. You can hate both teams. Sure, you don't have to say you're a Bears fan, but you are rooting for the Chicago Bears if you are a Green Bay Packer fan. You are not a Green Bay Packer fan if you're like, oh, I hate the Vikings so much, or I hate the Bears so much that I hope the Vikings beat the Bears. Hell no. It is about the Bears beating the Vikings for the Green Bay Packers who have a shot at making the playoffs, because all of the conversations around that, I'll own it, right? Like, I was like, oh, you know, if they play well or Jordan Love plays well and loses, that could be a good case scenario for the Packers. At this point, when you win 3 of 4, as Kyle said, in the NFL against some quality opponents, right? The Pittsburgh Steelers, I mean, again, they have their issues, but they show what they can do when they fire their offensive coordinator. The Chargers are the Chargers, but they got to win. And then they beat the Lions, who are 8-2. That doesn't happen by accident. How many wins does this team need to make the playoffs? We'll hit that next. We'll hear from you, 800-990-3776. Who's jumping in the Green Bay playoff plunge? Coming up next here on Kyle Bruston Nortman.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, presented by Bud Light.
No. So you don't know what kick the can is?
No, it's a cultural thing, but I'm not going to disrespect your culture. Me and Chris have our culture, and obviously you boys have your culture too.
You and Chris being a part of the same culture is not, that's the upset of the century right now.
No,
on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Just be natural. Try to roll around in it gracefully and not like a puppy.
Maria's photography studio is zooming into a flurry of projects.
Where did I put that memory card?
She needs an assistant to keep business in focus.
Hang on while I change the external flash. Oh,
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who specialize in saving the day and for the ones who've mastered the art of keeping business moving. We offer industrial-grade supplies for every industry with same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders, all backed by real people ready to help. So you can get the right answers and products right when you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
Life has its moments, times to remember and share. Mark the moment with jewelry from us. John Hayes for Goodman's Jewelers. Make the beauty of your purchase match the beauty of the moment. For over 90 years, Goodman's Jewelers has been providing sparkle to Madison. We can help you preserve a lifetime of memories with that special gift during this special season. Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street, the Diamond Store of Madison.
The best is at Goodman's.
2023 is a very special year for Goodman's Jewelers. We're celebrating 90 years of serving the greater Madison area. John Hayes for Goodman's Jewelers. Needless to say, that's a long time and a lot of great memories working with you, our customers. During these 9 decades, we've never deviated from our pledge to you, which is earning your trust, delivering top-notch service, and a selection that's second to none. Discover firsthand why Goodman's Jewelers is truly a destination worth reaching. 220 State Street, Goodman'sJewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance because you'll feel protected no matter how the wind blows. All so you can keep enjoying the home of your dreams. And our expert agents can help you save up to 23% when you bundle home with auto. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. Get a quote? Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Tito's handmade vodka is so good and smooth, you can mix it with anything. Now, hear us out. If your usual brunch cocktail sounds like A Tito's Bloody Mary stacked with garnishes is more like Tito's. Sounds pretty good. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
ESPN Madison is on Wisconsin sports. Catch up on anything you missed on the Varsity Podcast on Wisconsin On Demand. Brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Honda, shop local. Part of the Madison community since 1973.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
The Packers go from an 8% chance to make the playoffs to 43% after demolishing the 8-2 Detroit Lions after, I don't know, I mean, I was ready to give up on the season. I'll say it. It was 27-3. I was like, all right, here's your wake-up call. But they've battled since then. They've won 3 of 4. They take on the Chiefs Sunday. And, again, it is a big one tonight, Monday Night Football. Bear down, because the Bears beating the Vikings helped the Green Bay Packers become that much closer to making the playoffs. And if the Green Bay Packers make the playoffs, I will be jumping in Lake Michigan, because I said it last week. I did not expect them to beat the Lions. I thought they had a chance against the Chiefs. Dead wrong. Beat the Lions. Think they still have a chance to beat the Chiefs, but they are looking to make the playoffs, and I will jump in Lake Michigan. Brad will jump in Lake Michigan, and Chef Ed is joining. James in Milwaukee, Mike in Milwaukee, and the whole list of cast of characters. Chef Ed is in. Dan from Madison chimes in, 800-990-3776. They'll finish at least 9-8 and make the playoffs. I told you a while back when we were doing a run over the over-under what the next 4 was, and that is that big core of the season. When it started with Pittsburgh, then you then played the Chargers, you then played the Lions, and this is the back half of that 4-game stretch against the Chiefs. So with that, Dan from Madison, you can go Lake Mendota, Lake Monona. I'm glad you predicted it. But if you're so confident in them making the playoffs still, put your money where your mouth is. Jump in with us.
Yeah, you know, for those who called it earlier, they should be even more excited to do this, right? Because now people are coming on board and you get to rope more people into this. You should be thankful that there's more people on the bandwagon now.
On Friday, we have to ask Gary Ellerson, because Gary Ellerson sat in that chair across from me, and I remember when he said, I think the Packers can win 2 or 3 of these next 4 games, and we all stopped and looked like, are you for real? He said, yeah, why not? Why not? And we were like, this man is smoking something. He's high or he's crazy. But no, Gary Ellerson just knew what he was talking about. He foreshadowed and foresaw something we did not. And that's the Packers being successful in getting better.
Yeah, and again, I think he brings up a good point here. And getting back to Dan and Madison, they'll finish at least 9-8. And so I think that's where it goes to, right? You could play all the scenarios in the world. Essentially, if you get to 9-8, I think you're making the playoffs. I mean, last year it was 8-9 almost got you in the playoffs. Or I guess it would have been 9-8.
Yeah.
If the Packers would have beat the Detroit Lions, 9-8 would have got them in the playoffs. In a weird way, these are starting to feel very similar seasons in very different ways. But in terms of like the hitting the run at the right time, young guys stepping up, Jordan Love playing well against in the games in which you need to see him play his best, you can't ask for anything more if you're a Green Bay Packer fan. How many, I guess 800-990-3776, will the Packers make the playoffs at 9-8?
I think they do. I think 9-8 does it. Your biggest concerns are Seattle and Minnesota. Both are 1 game ahead of the Packers, and it looks like the Vikings have a semi-manageable schedule, which is why we're all Bears fans today, to be able to knock them down at least a little bit further. But the Seahawks have a very challenging schedule. I don't know if at the top of my head, but something like Dallas, Philadelphia, San Francisco, all in a row.
That's right. That's NFC
really
West
tough.
is nasty.
Nasty. So, and the NFC South I'm not worried about. So 9 games, I don't see Seattle getting to 9 victories. I don't see that happening. So if the Packers can get there to 9 wins, I see that as the 7th seed. And then I think that is what's, best for this team for continued growth for the future. Could you imagine this young team getting playoff experience this early? That'd be unbelievable. 9 wins, that's 4-2 though. That's not necessarily easy either for the Packers.
It is set up for the Green Bay Packers to do exactly that. And I am back being a believer. Y'all see how happy I am on my Monday versus me being upset? And the Packers won on Thanksgiving Day. That was many days ago. Many turkey legs, many greens, many stuffing, dressing, all that to go. And all stuff out my system. I am still ecstatic and happy.
All the games with the in-laws.
I don't have in-laws, but I do have people I love.
Okay,
and so
you know what I'm saying.
I get what you
Future
say.
in-laws.
And listen, through all that, I am still excited about the Green Bay Packers because what I see coming up, and I can't be disappointed because even if the Packers win 9 games or win 8 games and they don't make the playoffs, this team has showed me something, is that they have a bright future. But from what I see with this schedule coming up, what I see that you talked about what the Seahawks have, who the Vikings have coming up as well, you have a chance to play the Vikings in Minnesota the same way you just played the Detroit Lions in Detroit to get that get-back game. For the Packers to have that opportunity to potentially go into Minnesota and put themselves in a driver's seat to get a playoff appearance and a playoff berth, that would mean leaps and bounds for this team, and that would mean so much confidence for this organization, not just this year, but moving forward. So forget the draft picks we were talking about. We were talking about Caleb Williams. We were talking about Maserati Marv. All that doesn't matter now. The thing that matters now is the Packers making the playoffs, you guys plunging into Lake Michigan, and Kyle Wallace being happy.
Well, and here's why I think it's replicable. Because look at the guys that they had out. They had Aaron Jones out, Devontae Wicks,
Luke Musgrave.
Dontavian. Get it right.
Sorry, Dontavian.
Musgrave
disrespect
was
that, man.
That's all right.
Jair Alexander, Devondre Campbell. Those are marquee guys that were out. And earlier in the season, we were resigning ourselves to the fact that if you don't have a guy like Aaron Jones, if you don't have a guy like Jair, it leaves a void that you can't fill. These young guys are stepping into these roles, and those voids are being filled. So as long as you got Rashawn Gary terrorizing the quarterback and Jordan Love slinging it, man, I think they can win. I think they can win to 9.
What y'all call them? The slings? What y'all call it?
The pill slings.
Pill slings. He had a couple of them, didn't he?
He did. The first touchdown pass in between the defenders. That is the definition of a pill sling.
That was nuts. Nuts.
Yeah.
Dropping dimes, baby.
Yeah.
He's pretty fearless. I'll say that. I mean, with all the criticism on the deep ball, he throws the ball pretty fearlessly down the field. At least he's grown into that now.
He's pushing P, baby.
800-990-3776. What the hell did you say?
What was that?
Pushing P.
What does that mean?
Chris, when we come back, let's play the song Pushing P by Gunna.
All right. Another culture lesson here on Kyle Bruston Nortman as well. Again, I think the best part about this, right, is we talk about how many wins it will take to make the playoffs. Essentially 4-2, it gets you to 9-8. Not essentially, it does. But with that is this team can also not make the playoffs, but also they're kind of giving me Detroit Lions vibes right now.
I like the sound of that.
Because
Tell me more.
Say they were even to go 3-3 down the stretch, and they get to 8-9, and they don't make the playoffs. Well, guess who also went 8-9 last year, and then built upon the identity of the team that they were building around. The same team that look, it was a great win, and I think why it's a great win is because even though you beat the Lions and they're 8-3, they're still 8-3, and they're a good team. Jared Goff hasn't played well, but they're a good team. The point is this is the same Lions team that was a lame duck team playing the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. They couldn't make the playoffs based off what had happened at the 3 o'clock game. I think it was Seattle or something. Something happened, and then the Lions could make the playoffs, even if they beat the Packers. And they still went out and played to prove that they're legit. Now, that's different because they, as a franchise, needed to prove they were legit. I think these young guys and Goody and LaFleur, they want to build that same thing because the youth, you don't know what you don't know. Mm-hmm. And these young guys, these young wide receivers, Jordan Love, they don't know what sniffing playoff experience is. They don't know what trying to get to a winning season looks like as the guy. There's so much for them to learn that even if they don't make the playoffs, it could be a very useful growing experience.
Well, to your point, To get a playoff experience would be great, but what you want is part of this experience roller coaster that you're getting these guys to understand is just play meaningful games late. And as long as you're in the playoff hunt, these late games will be meaningful. That is something that you need to only learn and you can only really digest through experience. So the way it's shaping up, they are going to get those late meaningful games.
And the thing is, we're talking about late meaningful games. As we now reflect on where the Green Bay Packers are through 11 games during this season, the Packers have been in almost every single game this year. They have competed in almost every single game. We talked about the Lions game and the Vikings game, and they'll have an opportunity.
Hell, I'm taking +7. They're 7-point dogs against the Chiefs.
7 points?
That seems like a lot. But the thing is that they've competed in all these different games. And we talked about when will they finally win those games. And we talked about, if they win close. No. At some point, you have to learn how to win football games. And what you saw against the Chargers was a team who learned how to win football games. What you saw against the Lions was a team that finally learned how to start fast, play with the edge, and finish football games as well. This is something to be happy about and smile about because now the Packers are starting to show you they are putting it together. The bumps and lumps that they took early are now starting to pay dividends with the fact that you won 3 or 4 and you're able to compete and beat good teams.
Well, Kyle, someone who loves you as well is Diana in Mugwanago. She's the #1 Kyle Wallace fan. Diana, welcome into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on this Victory Monday.
Hey, Diana.
I think the rest of our games are winnable except the Kansas City game.
Would you have said that about the Lions game, though, with all the injuries? You would have thought the Lions game was more winnable?
Ben, if you would have finished my text message last week, I told you we were going to beat the Lions.
Man,
you didn't finish.
You got a memory like an elephant.
Yes, I do.
Well, Diana, is there anything else before I let you go and you remember this?
Oh, and you're also crazy for you're going to jump in ice cold water?
Heck yeah.
You want to join us?
You in, Diana? You coming in?
I can't. I can't. Sorry.
Why not?
I can't. It's not me. I can't not jump in ice cold water.
If Diana goes, that will help me convince myself to go. I need more convincing, but if Diana goes, I'll. All right, well.
Can't.
Well, there we
pretty
go.
firm no.
Dirty Diana ain't going to be a cold Diana, she said.
Yeah, Dirty Diana. Oh. Thank you, Diana. 800-990-3776. Again, once we get the charity involved, we'll let KBN Nation do the work with the wallets to make sure that Kyle Wallace jumps in because even if I have to chip in, I'm making sure his ass goes into Lake Michigan. If the Green Bay Packers make the playoffs, again, an 8% chance to a 43% chance, and Bears, Vikings tonight, the best thing for the Green Bay Packers is the Bears to win. So I hate to tell, it's like it's Sophie's choice, do I root for the Vikings? Do I root for the Bears? No, I guess it's not even. You just root for the Bears if you're
rooting for the Packers playoffs. That's what you're rooting for.
That's right.
That's a good way to put it.
Playoffs. No,
you're not rooting for the Bears. You're rooting for the Packers playoffs.
I want the Bears to defeat the Vikings because it helps with the playoff chances for my Green Bay Packers. I don't care how they do it.
It's a good way to frame it.
A scientist claims the best way to cook a steak is in the microwave. Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN Academy. We put on our hats next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
I was about to go get on the highway, and I had the bubble guts, Kyle. Ooh. So it was either get on the highway and gut it out, and this is the first time in my life I've ever had to do this. I did not get on the highway.
No, you didn't.
I went straight, and then I went left into a industrial area, and I squatted like a dog.
No, you didn't.
And I pooped.
Wait, time out, Ben. There were so many other options.
There were not. It was life or death.
Presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ben Brust here for Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. It's been over 4.5 years I've worked with Zimbrick European, and it's time for you to stop on by and check out all the inventory they have to offer. You can also go to ZimbrickEuropean.com for certified pre-owns, Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, electric vehicles. They literally have it all for you. It's your one-stop shop. Don't forget about Mercedes-Benz Sprinter vans as well. Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Check it out. You will enjoy it.
Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone and let us leave a legacy on your home. Roofing, windows, gutters, siding, and decks. Can Legacy do it? You bet. Better prices, better warranties. Legacy always makes it easy. Go to legacy-exteriors.com. Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone, let us leave a legacy on your home.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think you could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text STREAK to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text STREAK to 42424. That's STREAK to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Circus Sports is now available at American Place. Bet on your favorite Milwaukee and Wisconsin teams, from Wisconsin football and basketball to all the Milwaukee basketball action, as well as more games nationwide. The Circus Sportsbook at American Place has 36 TVs, so you won't miss any of the action. And it's just 30 minutes from Kenosha and 45 minutes from Racine. For more information and to find out about their events, go to circusports.com. All Circus Sports bets must be placed in Illinois. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text GAMB to 833-234.
Celebrate Wisconsin hospitality at a Buck & Honey's location near you. You can give your friends or loved ones a memorable experience with a Buck & Honey's gift card. Or treat yourself. For every $100 in gift cards purchased, you'll get $20 back to use at Buck & Honey's in Sun Prairie, Monona, Waunakee, or the new location in Mount Horeb. Oh, don't forget to make yourself reservations for the holidays. Offer availability between November 15th and December 31st. Locally owned and operated. We'll see you at Buck & Honey's.
This is Kyle Bruston-Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Push P.
All right, Kyle, explain what the hell this is.
Well, you said push and pee, and I mean...
No, you said that.
No, well, okay, pill slings, and so I say he's pushing P. He's pushing pill slings. Because this might be pushing P. Now, I don't know what P is. Pills, which is slings. Well, I don't know what
For
P
those
is.
who don't know what a pill sling is when Jordan Love throws the football so perfectly that you just know it when you see it. It's the perfect ball. He had a couple pill slings on Thursday against the Detroit Lions, and that's how we got here with the Push and P song.
He's pushing P.
Kyle Bruston-Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin, presented by the official beer of the NFL, Bud Light. Again, he's Kyle Wallace, the heartbeat of the show. Brad Nortman, 6-year NFL punter to my left, and Chris Larson running the show. And it's now time to put our graduation caps on, or our master's degree capes, in which, Kyle, do you have that?
It's upstairs.
Usually run. What were you doing during the break?
I was talking to y'all. I'm hot.
You're a big complainer right now.
You want me to go get it now? Or too late?
It's too late.
How long does the open play for?
All right, ready, go.
30 seconds.
In radio, our goal's pretty simple.
Just so you know,
it's going to be really hot.
Have an A show or an F show.
Hey, I'll decide who sucks around here.
The same goes for topics in this next segment. This is the KBN Academy.
Those that can't do, teach.
It is the KBN Academy, in which Professor Nortman, Professor Wallace, and Professor Brust will be answering questions. We are only allowed to give an A or an F. There's no B's, C's, or D's. or anything else in between. We'll start here. Today is Cyber Monday. A or F? You plan to do or have done some online shopping today, Bradley?
You know, that's an F for me and my household. Last year, when we moved into our house, I mean, we kept the economy afloat last year with how much spending we did to fill the house and all that. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Don't forget.
Cool.
But this year, don't really have much needs. We're not being suckered into the good deals. We're staying out of it this year. And I like it. I like staying out of it.
Yeah, I'm an F. I do not plan on, and I will not be online shopping on Cyber Monday. I'm overwhelmed by Black Friday. I hate even driving anywhere close to a mall. Cyber Monday is, the amount of emails I'm getting is ridiculous. I think I've deleted 40 emails, and I just need them all to go to spam. I'm not buying. You know why something's 30% off, Kyle Wallace?
Why?
Because
Out of breath, Kyle Wallace.
Because I guarantee
out of shape.
They moved the price. And this isn't factual, but I guarantee it's somewhat close to factual. If something before Black Friday is $30, I guarantee on Black Friday what they do is they make that thing $35 and they give you 20% off, and then it's $29 and they make essentially the same margin.
The acquisition.
There is a law that something has to be a certain price for a certain period of time before you can mark it down and call it a sale. I don't know what it is, but I know it's a law.
Well, here's
10 minutes?
Yeah, right. Yeah, one day.
I know Brad didn't get his F.
No, he said F.
It was an F.
$50 tree, Brad ain't looking for
That's
no good
what I was
deal.
thinking.
No good deal. This is the time to
you know
get
what the best deal is,
a
though?
good tree. What?
Not spending anything.
Oh, what you mean you spent $50?
Yeah, but that was before this. That's better than a Cyber Monday deal.
Temporary fix. Let me tell you this. I went crazy on Friday going online shopping. I still got all these stores sending me, your shipment is on the way. Your shipment is on the way. I love it. And so when I get done with this show and I get home, you know what I'm doing? I'm going to give me some water. I'm going to relax. I'm going to open up my computer, and I'm going to go crazy again, go shopping. I bought me some nice stuff. I cannot wait. I got me another chain.
You know what I think he should do, Brad? I think he should save some of this money and donate it to charity and jump in the lake.
That would be a good allocation of resources, Kyle.
Instead, it's all about Kyle.
Kyle donates.
Packers win, Badgers win, Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
You know what's crazy, though? You know what's real crazy? I bought myself some stuff after the Badgers won on Saturday because I was feeling that good. I spent a little extra money. I was like, oof.
Your cousin's on the team. Make him give you some damn gear.
No, not gear, baby. I spent some money on some stuff for myself because I deserve it. I treated myself.
What does that mean, money? It was what kind of price range we're talking about?
Four figures?
I can tell you. Well, the original price is like $1,800.
Ooh.
But it's Black Friday. It's Black Friday. You know what I'm saying? So that was
cool.
You don't need to know what the actual price was. You know,
$1,800 on Black Friday. That would go really good to a charity.
I am a charity, the Kyle Wallace Foundation, and trying to look good, and so I donated to myself that day.
David, the diehard Lions fan, chimes in 800-990-3776. Solid win for the Pack. Thanksgiving Thursday ruined once again. Still staying positive here in Kohler. Just getting your spa on, Dave? Is that what you're doing up there in Kohler? Treating yourself after the, not a blowout, but after the thumping that I will call that the Packers gave your Lions? Moving right along on that Thursday night game, the Green Bay Packers did not get to participate in the Fox NFL Sunday tradition, in which there is a turkey eaten in the booth by Greg Olsen and the crew in Fox. But the Fox team thought the Detroit Lions were going to win the football game, so they pre-made a turkey to give to the Packers that they couldn't give to the Packers because the Lions logo was on it. A or F, Fox should publicly apologize.
Is that the story?
Allegedly.
Wow, that's embarrassing. That's really embarrassing. They should apologize. That's ridiculous.
No turkey legs for Jordan.
Look, it's not a big deal. The Packers probably don't care that much, but that is an iconic moment. Like when you have a game like that, like Jordan Love had, to have that in the reel of Thanksgiving and to give Jordan Love, it's like a trophy of sorts, to be able to eat the turkey leg on the field and stuff. That is iconic moments, and Fox took that from Jordan Love.
That's like when you go to the Rose Bowl. You got roses in your mouth.
Yeah.
You know, like, do you win on Thanksgiving? The Packers deserve their turkey.
Jordan Love asked him in his post-game interview, where the turkey was, and he was told, "Oh, we don't have it. We're going to donate money to your charity." He was looking for that turkey leg going into that game when he was
hungry.
He was
and
hungry.
He deserves it.
And he was slanging them pills around all game. When he got done, when they were smiling on the sideline, you know what he was thinking? I can't wait to eat that turkey. He even asked them for it. So they deserve, not only do we need a turkey, they need to donate money. Matter of fact, we need to contact them, Fox. They need to be donating to this Green Bay playoff plunge that we're going to do as well to make up for what they did to our boy J Love and not being able to stuff his face with the turkey leg that he deserved.
When he says slanging pills, so slinging the pill is the
slanging the pills.
I feel like slanging the pills makes it sound a little bit more like actually indulging in pills.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Sounds a bit more suspect.
The football's the pill.
Yeah, but slanging makes it that like when I hear slang and I don't know, it's
pill slang is already like all right, but then slanging pills doesn't that sound like we're tiptoeing the
So I should say slinging pills?
He's slinging the pill.
He's slinging. This is I don't know.
He's slinging the pill.
Now I feel like my vernacular is being attacked right
Jordan
now.
Love is slinging the pill, Kyle.
Pills.
When Jordan Love was slinging that pill, it doesn't sound right. He was slanging that thing.
800-990-3776. Lions fan Dave is with his wife at the spa, and she's a Bears fan, fellas. House divided, but not today. Go Bears! I hope they beat the Vikings.
That's a losing
and
house.
Bring
boy. That's a whole lot of losing over there. That's why they in the spot.
I mean, there is though.
I know. I know. They do this spot every year after Thanksgiving because they know by that time their football season is over.
I might be treating myself to color with the pregnant girlfriend. Making sure we get taken care of.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have waited for Black Friday or Cyber Monday though.
Hey.
Damn.
Yeah, you should have. That's all I tried to tell you.
Dave, the Detroit fan, knows. It's a good
Pete
deal.
McGuanago chimes in, just says slang banging the pill. Look what you've done.
There it is.
Cam from the Heights chimes in, says Caucasian AF.
I'm trying to learn to sling in the pills.
There you go. You sound much better, Kyle.
Yeah, slinging pills. Jordan Love is slinging pills all day long.
Slinging the pill.
Slinging the pill.
There you go.
Thank you.
Is Jordan Love a top 5 NFC quarterback? A bold prediction by Mark Tauscher earlier this year said that he would end up one. I will reveal the Ben Bruss top 5 NFC quarterbacks for you all to rip apart however you please. That's next on Kyle Bruss and Nortman, presented by the official beer of the NFL. Bye-bye.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light.
Did you play cans as a kid?
Cans?
Stop playing. Y'all know what cans is? Y'all know what cans is?
Can you say what cans is,
so y'all never took a basketball. You never had, have a soda or something like that. You crush the can, and then you put it on the ground, and then you walk about 10 feet the other direction, crush that can, put it in the ground, and you take a ball, and you try to hit the can with the ball.
That sounds like a horrible game.
I'm bored about it after 5 minutes.
Don't be culturally insensitive.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. Wisconsin is back in front of the all-time series between Minnesota following a win on Saturday and finishes the regular season 7-5. Head coach Luke Fickell after the game.
At the end of the year when things aren't going exactly the way you expected them to, boy, those emotions really drain you. And no, they did me. I mean, this was a stretch for me that has been as tough as anything. But to see those guys with the passion and energy, I knew it was a rivalry game, but still, there's something that had to dig deeper.
The Badgers now await their fate on which bowl game they will play in.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin can dramatically help lower your energy costs year-round. No interest and no down payment for up to 36 months when you order by November 30th. Visit PellaWI.com.
Woo! I am thirsty today. Definitely going to need a cold one. There's the one. Now that Thanksgiving is over, I'm stocking up with all the special beers, especially from Potosi Brewing. Wonder from Potosi Brewing Company is joining me to share what they're brewing up here during the holiday season, including a special beer that's been a favorite for almost a century.
Well, it's our holiday beer. It's an easy drinkable ale, not infused with spruce tips and stuff like other beers are. This recipe was actually our top-selling beer from 1932 to 1972. The holiday, I would say, I mean, with pork, it'd be great with pork. It'd be great with fish. Like I said, it's a light, easygoing ale, so it could go with anything.
Thanks to Wonder for hopping on and sharing the scoop on Potosi's holiday beer. You know that this time of year, you're not doing yourself or your family right if the fridge is not stocked.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda Service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it yourself at 2 convenient Madison locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Honda certified technicians handle it all. You can even get flexible payment options. Fix your car now and pay later. Apply online to see your options in seconds with no hard credit check. Make your service appointment online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Don't accept anything less than your best self. If you're feeling more run down than you did when you were younger, struggling to lose weight, losing muscle tone, trouble sleeping, and loss of libido can all be signs that you need to see Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. Jim Rutledge here. Change your life and see if hormone optimization is right for you. Don't settle for less than the best. Go to Carbon World Health. Learn more at carbonworldhealth.com or give them a call at 608-709-8089.
Hey, Drew Scott here, and I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. They can help you get just the right protection at just the right price and help you save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It'll be just right for you. We love a custom build. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Dwayne from West Bend chimes in, 800-990-3776. He says he was told they stopped the turkey tradition when COVID happened. Well, Greg Olson was eating it all up in the booth, I can tell you that much, and he's denying the fact that one should be like, he didn't know what the plans were for Jordan Love's one. I'm telling you, I'm good with a good conspiracy theory. I saw something which was reliable but not reliable enough to be able to go, on the AP Newswire. But I'm telling you, they had that ready for the Lions, and the Lions would have been eating turkey on the field. Jordan Love got absolutely screwed on that one. Without further ado, 800-990-3776. You can chime in as well. Chris, please hit the NFL primetime music for the top 5 NFC quarterbacks in the NFL. Number 1, Jalen Hurts. There's no debate here. He took them to the Super Bowl last year. You watch anything on CBS, on the game of the week there on CBS, toe-to-toe with Josh Allen, he's number 1. Number 2, this might shock you, Brock Purdy. He made a throw to Brandon Ayuk in which I was watching, and I was like, holy cow. I mean, he had a rough stretch, but he showed last year wasn't a fluke.
Wow.
They're playing well as a team, and even his teammates talking about the value of him to the team, not just being like a guy filling in and just making the checkdowns. He's elevating that team. Number 3, Dak Prescott. I still have a level of scared trust when it comes to him in big games, like when they faced the 49ers and got blowed out earlier in the season. Number 4, Jared Goff. Now, I know that may sound controversial after he's had 2 bad weeks, but they are 8-3, and I do believe that, again, what Dan Campbell said after the Lions losses, he's still the same Jared. We're still the same Lions. They lost 2 games. The Packers started bad, too, and they've won 3 of the last 4. I fully expect to bounce back. But I look around, and I'm watching on Sunday, and I'm looking at these NFC quarterbacks. The rest are ass. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, pretty bad.
Jordan Love right now, based off how he's played the last 3 weeks, is number 5 on this list Because here's the thing, real quickly. Giants, Tommy DeVito, no thanks. Sam Howell, I like, but not consistent enough. And he's got a bad situation right now. He could be there, but he's not. Justin Fields, hell no. Josh Dobbs, nice story, but hell no. He would have been a starter long before. Desmond Ridder, hell no. Bryce Young, hell no. Derek Carr, hell no. Baker Mayfield, hell no. Matthew Stafford, hurt thumb, hell no. And he's getting old. Geno Smith, getting old, hurt. Yes, not there. Kyler Murray, not enough off the ACL yet. Somebody tell me that Jordan Love isn't a top 5 NFC quarterback right now.
Crickets for me.
Well,
preaching to the choir over here. I don't know about Brad, but I'm with you.
800-990-3776. If you again, this isn't like a set in stone thing. You can debate me all you want, but outside the top 5, and maybe Sam Howell, who's showed good moments but is on a bad team, Jordan Love has elevated his team to victories last couple weeks here, and that's why it's hard for me to put him not 5.
I would definitely put Love above Howell. I love your top 3: Hurts, Purdy, Prescott. Purdy, Prescott, I could see.
Yeah, I could debate that one.
I hate to say it, but I think Goff is the 4th one over Love. The only one I maybe think Stafford, win one game this year, maybe Stafford. But the fact that we're saying Jordan Love and Matt Stafford could be interchangeable in 5 says a whole lot. And I'll say this much: even if you add Goff into this, I'll even put Prescott. Prescott's 30, right? 31, 32. Of the guys we just mentioned, I mean, Hurts and Purdy are the only ones where you look at and say, if I'm building a franchise, I would take over Jordan Love. So to me, not only is Jordan Love a top 5 quarterback right now, firmly at 5, I'll put him above Stafford, but I would take off Goff and I would take off Prescott if I was a GM building a roster right now. So not only a snapshot today, but going forward, I think he leaps in the top 3 as far as quarterbacks I want to build around.
Yeah, because he's one of the top young quarterbacks in the NFC. His play has displayed exactly that in his ascension, how he keeps getting better. And as the players around him, his teammates start getting better, his play has elevated along with that because guys are in the right place at the right time for him to complete the pass. Guys are giving him time to throw the ball. And with that, you're seeing the success. And arguably right now, he is the best quarterback in the NFC North in this division right now.
Better than Goff?
Do you see the way Goff played the last couple of weeks? If you look at
they're 8-3, and he's done enough over that 8-3.
Currently, right now.
But you can't take a 2-week snapshot.
Currently,
you're doing come on, be fair.
Currently, okay. Currently,
wrong.
He's the best quarterback. Listen, he outplayed Jared Goff last week. He protected the ball.
What about week 3 though?
Currently, week 3 was that, man. Listen, week 3 was back in September.
I agree that this Packers team is very different. Very different from they were in September. But still, they're an 8-3 team.
Look at the team.
8-3 versus 5-6. Okay, dude. There's enough sample size where it's okay to be Jared Goff is still ahead of Jordan Love, but Jordan Love is right there knocking on the door. But this is where the biases of Kyle Wallace make me want to kill him on Mondays when he sees too many good things. He turns into a crazy person.
Pill slangs.
When you look
Pill slangs.
Look at the roster that the Lions had this season and what Jared Goff had with him along that offense, whether it was weapons he had or whether it's, the offensive line that he had. They said some of the best, maybe the best offensive line in football. And compared to what Jordan Love had to deal with early on with a lot of young weapons, an offensive line that had guys missing, no running back.
And he didn't play that well for a long stretch.
Listen, the Lions still have a lot of their pieces, and Jared Goff has not played well the last couple of weeks, where Jordan Love continues to progress and get better. So what I'm saying is this: when we look at the potential of who we taking, you just said because he's young. I'm saying because he's trending in the right direction with a team that has lesser talent. He was able to take his team with lesser talent on the road and destroy the Detroit Lions at home. He ruined their Thanksgiving festivities. That is a quarterback that is ascending.
Chris, on Twitter at KBN ESPN, is Jordan Love a top 5 quarterback in the NFC right now?
And here's what I will say, and the point that I actually agree with. If you look at the quarterbacks we're discussing, their cast of characters around them are significantly better than the Packers. Significantly. Even just Goff, right? I mean, you got Amon-Ra St. Brown. You've got the top offensive coordinator in the league. You've got one of the best offensive lines in the league. You got stout running backs. And then, Hurts with the Eagles, the 49ers, the Cowboys, even the Rams. I mean, those guys have perennial all-pro guys on their teams.
They all have star receivers. They got first-round receivers on that team. The Packers don't have a first-round receiver on their team. They don't have an all-pro receiver on their team.
Running back.
Amon-Ra St. Brown has proven he may not be a first-round guy, but he has proven that he's a great player. You said what, running back?
You catch that, Brad?
Even through the headphones, I
Even
caught
through
that.
the headphones?
What did you?
I turned my mic off. I had a nice little air fart.
What?
What do you mean, what?
It was a quack, man. It was like a duck walking.
Goodness gracious!
Even through the headphones, even hearing you, I hear you in my headphones over ear.
I thought I was safe.
Jeez Louise. I hope you heard what I said.
I mean, we've all been there, but that one just came out like a trumpet.
David Kaplan of Cap and J Hood, morning 7 to 10 on our sister station, ESPN 1000. We're about to put him through the blender because he's coming on, and we're going to tell him, you know what, like, hey, the Bears, they play the Vikings. You know, why are they going to win and help the Packers? But I also can't wait to ask him how bad his turkey tasted watching Jordan Love slang the pill. That's next in 2 minutes here on Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone and let us leave a legacy on your home. Roofing, windows, gutters, siding, and decks. Can Legacy do it? You bet. Better prices, better warranties. Legacy always makes it easy. Go to legacy-exteriors.com. Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone and let us leave a legacy on your home.
Hey, this is Craig Karmazin. Join Kyle Wallace and me every Sunday morning for Sunday Karma on a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center update brought to you by Mr. Irrelevant. Join host Alex Strofe and a featured special guest every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, exclusively streaming on ESPN Madison's social media platforms. And subscribe to hear the Mr. Irrelevant podcast on Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcasts. You can hear Alex talking with Badgers beat writer Jake Kokorowski of the Wisconsin State Journal earlier today as they discuss the Badgers winning back the axe against the Minnesota Golden Gophers this past Saturday. Badgers winning 28-14 in Minnesota. That's the first time they've had the axe back in the past 3 seasons. Then also on Thursday, the Green Bay Packers also getting a huge win, beating their rivals, the Detroit Lions, 29-22 on Thanksgiving Day. Might have been the best win in the season for the Packers, as they are now 5-6 on the season and only 1 game behind the Minnesota Vikings for the top spot in the NFC North. ESPN Analytics playoffs predictor gives the Packers a 43% chance to make the playoffs. Head over to ESPNWisconsin.com for more great coverage of the green and gold this season. Then the Milwaukee Bucks also completed a 26-point comeback in Sunday's win over the Portland Trail Blazers. Damian Lillard, 31 points against his former team.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studios in Madison, this is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Victory Monday here on Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Brust here alongside the heartbeat of the show, Kyle Wallace, 6-year NFL punter Brad Nortman, and Chris Larson running the show. 800-990-3776 is the ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line for you to chime in. You can't call, but you can text, because right now we are very excited to be joined by David Kaplan. Cap and J Hood, morning 7 to 10 on our sister station, ESPN 1000. Cap, you had some tire trouble. Everything good in your world?
I'm actually riding with my guy Twin in a tow truck. Right now, my beautiful 2024 car is on the back of a flatbed with a blown out tire.
Been there, buddy.
2024.
Brutal.
I need to,
brand new, and then pothole?
I guess. I don't know. The whole side of the back right tire blown out. So we're off to the dealer to get a new tire.
Maybe they should have invested in the streets instead of Craig Counsell.
Oh.
You know what? Just because you guys lost him and he said, quote, Actually, my dream was to always manage the Cubs. Take that, Milwaukee.
Yeah, Kyle, you shouldn't open up that can of worms right now.
I don't have any.
We're all, you know what? I'll switch this back on because I did want Cap to come on, and we're bearing down today because before the Lions game, the Packers had an 8% chance to make the playoffs. That jumped to 43%. I saw your Twitter poll this morning. You guys are in the do you win, do you lose but Justin looks good, or do you lose and Justin looks bad? We've been there. We did that a little bit earlier on in the Jordan Love era this season. Now, tell us why the Bears can actually beat the Vikings and help us get to the playoffs.
Because the Bears have the best quarterback in the division.
Oh, my God. You sound like my damn brother, Jonathan
You playing,
Bruss.
right?
Cap, come on.
First of all, let me tell you this right now, and I want you to save this tape.
Oh, it's
just like you
recording.
have your 47-point game when I was there watching you at Mundelein High School, just like you have that burned into your doorbell ring. Russ for 3. Got it. Make sure you save this tape. The Bears will win minimum 9 games next year, and they're going to the playoffs.
What?
How many times do we need to hear that?
Why is it always next year? Why is it always next year?
Well, because we're not very good this year.
I mean, that's
the talent
fair.
level's gotten better, and I think we're going to get this goofy coach out of town.
Every coach is goofy. Every coach is goofy. Every GM is incompetent. At what point will you just realize the franchise is
I mean, the
just garbage?
McCaskies are the problem.
We're going to get our Craig Counsell for football this year, and we're going to go get the right guy. We're going to have the top 5 picks, and look out, baby. The division will be the Bears going forward.
All right, so this is David Kaplan joining us, my guy Cap. You can hear him 7 to 10 mornings on ESPN 1000, our sister station. He's talking crazy, but you know what he sounds like, guys? He sounds like my brother Jonathan. Before the season this year, joining my old program, Scalzo and Bruss, this is what my brother Jonathan had to say. Sounds very similar to one David Kaplan. Let's hear it out.
There's more games this year, Bears or Packers?
Oh, 100% Bears. Not even a question. You guys got Jordan Love.
Thanks.
It's like throwing Ben out there as a quarterback. They're going to lose.
How many wins you got on that, JB? Bears.
Good question, Josh.
10.
Thank you for the call. We marked that audio, and we marked yours, Cap, and I can't wait for the 1-year anniversary of you saying 9 wins and us laughing right in your face next year as well.
Mark that tape, and just remember, I told you so.
All right. Well, now, here's something that I have going on, because I was under the impression that this Packers team had no chance to make the playoffs. I said that I will jump in Lake Michigan if the Green Bay Packers make the playoffs. If the Packers beat the Bears, and I will be happy to host you at our great Tundra Trio houses in Green Bay. If the Packers beat the Bears to go to the playoffs, will you jump in Lake Michigan with me?
Okay, so if the Packers beat the Bears and you get in the playoffs, I have to jump in Lake Michigan with you.
Correct.
And what happens if the Bears, and I've never been to Lambeau. I'm going this year. I got 4 tickets. My wife and another couple are driving up there. We have a house in Oshkosh. And so we're going to stay there and then come up on Sunday. I've got Keith Williams, our great fearless leader down at ESPN Chicago, has me 4 spots at the Tundra Trio. I got my parking already set. So what happens if the Bears go into Lambeau and beat your ass?
You tell me. I presented you with jumping in. I'll leave that, and you can come back because we got some time before then. But I do want to hash out the stakes here because I want you jumping. You're a live life to the fullest guy. I mean, come on.
I am. If you beat us and it gets you and you go to the playoffs, I'll jump in Lake Michigan.
Because I will be raising money for a charity, and for every touchdown pass or run Jordan Love has the rest of the season, $100 will be going to that charity. So we'll find the charitable component. We'll figure out the bear angle. But I do love the fact that everyone thinks you're either drunk or an idiot, except for Ryan and Madison, who's a Bears fan, and says Cap sounds sane and reasonable.
I am sane and reasonable.
No, you're not.
And I will jump in the lake with you without a doubt if you beat us and it gets you in the playoffs. Don't think it's going to happen, but I'm a man of my word. I will do it.
Cap, what were you? I got to ask. There was this chant going on after the Bears beat the Panthers, saying this Green Bay stinks. Was that has to be even more embarrassing now that you see the Packers do so well?
Green Bay sucks.
Well, what's your record right now?
5-6.
Just beat
Okay,
one of the best
doing
teams in the
so
NFC.
well. Boy, that you have awfully low standards. That's number one. Number two, I can promise you, if you gave the Bears 40 years of generational quarterback play, we'd win a hell of a lot more championships than you guys did. Oh my God!
But Cap,
Talk
you have
about
to admit that was embarrassing.
talent.
That was a bad. You have to admit that was a bad look for Bears fans, right?
No, absolutely
No?
not. I was raised in a house where I cheer against 3 teams. Number 1 at the top of the list is the St. Louis Cardinals. Number 2 is the Green Bay Packers. And number 3 is the Notre Dame Fighting Irish football team. I hope none of you ever score another point.
This is absolutely ridiculous. Listen, I'm not going to lie. Every time I scroll down, I love ESPN 1000 that we have out there on Central Station.
Kyle's a company guy. I love ESPN 1000.
Every time I scroll down my timeline, I have to hear these Chicago people talk about sports. It just makes me sick. And hearing you sit here and live in this fake reality of thinking that the Green Bay Packers franchise actually sucks, to think that Justin Fields, the guy that the own coach just said he's blocking out all the outside noise talking about the future. You think that guy's the best quarterback in the NFC North? What are you guys?
I forgot he said that.
Yeah, that's pretty.
It's legal down in Chicago. What type are you smoking?
Let me just tell you something. Craig Counsell ain't the first one to leave the Wisconsin area code to come to Chicago. Just wait till Giannis comes to the Bulls, too.
Oh, my God.
Delusion is in the water. Or it's not to jump in Lake Michigan down below Wisconsin or drink the water down there.
Jealous city. It's a
My
jealous
I mean, this is really sad.
How did it feel watching J Love carve up the Lions and do what the Bears couldn't do the week before?
Did turkey taste good?
Yeah, without their starting running back, with all these rookie receivers. We didn't need to trade for DJ Moore. We already had our studs here. How does it feel to watch J Love take care of business the way that you guys couldn't?
Oh, my God. 3 weeks ago, you wouldn't have called him J Love. You hated him.
I didn't hate J Love. We was a little rough relationship. But
I mean, they wanted to get married to him early, and then some red flags popped up, but they're working like any relationship. You got to work through those things, Cap.
How does it feel to think that we may have done it again?
If you did it again, it will be A, revolting. B, my Bears are coming, baby. We're coming.
Are you saying you're coming because you're going to use that first-round draft pick from the Panthers on a quarterback? There's no way you're doing this with Fields.
I think we're sticking with Fields, and then we're going to use it to get Marvin Harrison Jr., and good luck with your defense trying to stop Marvin Harrison Jr. and DJ Moore. Good luck.
Fields
can't throw it to him, brother.
Jeez Louise. I don't know what is going on. Honestly,
what will it be like to look and go, wow, they got 2 of the top 3 receivers in the division. Justin Jefferson, DJ Moore, and Marvin Harrison Jr.
Now you got Justin
Are
Jefferson.
you? Hang on, real quick. Hang on. Time out. Are you drugged on the way in this tow truck?
Do you really think that Christian Watson or whoever the hell else you guys have is even comparable to any of the 3 names I just gave you?
The quarterback makes the difference.
Yeah,
you still got to have someone that
can have
throws
as
it
much
to them.
skill all around you, and if you don't have the guy, don't matter.
We got the guy, and we're coming into Lambeau to beat your ass, and I'm going to watch Ben Bruss jumping that lake by himself.
Oh, I just got one last question. So week 1, when you thought they were going to beat our ass in Chicago, how did it feel after that game, after you got your ass beat?
Not good. It was not a good night. It was electric at that stadium, and about 12 minutes later, it was like, uh-oh, we're in trouble.
Yep. That's the
No
realest
doubt
thing you
about it.
said this
That's
whole
a fact.
interview. That's the realest thing you said.
Cap, you are my guy. Get to your car safely in the tow truck. Man, there's about 8 clippable things from this interview that we've had with our guy Cap. Cap, from Cap and J Hood, 7 to 10 mornings, ESPN 1000. If you want to be entertained, you can see why you should go there and listen to Delusion. Thank you, Cap.
I will tell you, Bruss was a hell of a high school basketball. Great college, too, but I watched him at Mundelein. That dude could shoot the heck out of it.
Couldn't play defense, but could find the bucket. You're the man, Cap.
You're the man. See you.
David Kaplan of ESPN 1000 making my day here. We're going to take a break, dissect all that, and Chris Rea mark about 15 of those clips, all right?
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light.
Yeah, let them do it. I ain't doing it.
You're not going to hurt our
No,
feelings.
come on.
Just mine.
Homer, come on.
Yo,
now.
fuck, I should be doing this time. I should be 2-6. That good enough for you? You need any more?
That's fair. Doc.
Need any
Homer
more?
one, us,
Yeah.
Y'all
2, 3, 4.
You're all the same.
There we go.
Nobody's as good as me.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day with the family in a rugged and roomy CR-V. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days.
See your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin.
See dealer for financing details.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com/business premier. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank. Any member FDIC.
Oh, not this song again.
Hello, Sarah. Real quick, if you had to choose, would you listen to elevator music all day or deal with payroll compliance?
Oh, payroll compliance for sure.
Wait, really?
Staying compliant is so much easier with Gusto. Gusto automatically calculates my taxes and files with all the right agencies for me.
That actually sounds great.
Hold up. Can Gusto help my small business with compliance too?
Of course they can.
Choose payroll compliance without the ups and downs. Visit gusto.com/radio to sign up for free.
Hey, Fleet Rewards members, save 10% this Sunday through Thursday at Fleet Farm. No rebates, no waiting, no mail-in forms or receipts. The added 10% savings are for all members in-store and online. Not a member? Sign up in minutes to get your additional savings now. Forget the stamps or waiting for rebates. Save 10% during Fleet Rewards Appreciation Days. And thanks for shopping Fleet Farm. Some restrictions apply.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Hey, it's Jason Wildick for Associated Bank. Looking for a bank with home field advantage? You got it. At Associated Bank, we're more than just a bank. We're your neighbors. That's why scoring a Packers checking account is the right play for your pay. And here's the kicker. Your Packers debit card gets you 10% off at the Packers Pro Shop. Join the team today. Open your Packers checking account at AssociatedBank.com/Packers. Associated Bank, the bank of the Packers since 1919. Your money works here. Member FDIC.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB Academy offers training programs for players of all ages and skill levels. Learn from some of the best baseball coaches in the area and find the program that fits your training goals and your schedule. Spots are filling up fast, so visit grbacademy.com to sign up now. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
David Kaplan of ESPN 1000 just joined us and declared the Chicago Bears will have 9 wins next season. Sounds like old Jonathan Brust, my brother, who proclaimed 10 wins this season, which is also laugh out loud funny because I don't think that's possible anymore. What are they? They're 3-7.
Yeah.
3 wins. Oh,
well, and make the playoffs. 9 wins plus make the playoffs next year.
Oh wait, Cap said make the playoffs next year too?
Yeah.
What's wrong with these people?
I don't know. It's entertaining.
800-990-3776. Josh in Whitewater chimes in. He says, I'm astounded at how sad Bear fans are. I could give a rip about the success or failure of any other team aside from the Packers. I've got way too much real stuff to worry about in my life. That's in reference to Cap saying he was brought up to hate 3 teams, the St. Louis Cardinals, the Green Bay Packers, and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, hoping that they don't score a single point the rest of your lives.
I didn't even catch the fact that he was brought up to hate teams. Not like he likes his team, but the fact that to hate these 3 teams is basically embedded in him as much as loving his own team just shows you what that loser mentality.
That's an unhealthy dynamic because when that was what was so shocking about that Green Bay chant. Your team just won, cheer for them, and they bring the Packers, and they weren't even playing the Packers. It's just utterly astounding.
They just beat the Panthers.
The Panthers, yeah, they just beat the Panthers.
I would just say like this is a terrible football team. They just beat a terrible team, and they're excited, and they're talking about the Packers.
Because outside of when the Packers play the Bears, I don't really think about the Bears. But clearly, Bears fans are just honed in.
Oh yeah,
on the Packers. Because
if Jordan Love is that dude, which he's trending in that direction, I'm still not willing to again throw everything I got at him. I'm very encouraged. He has been the main reason and focus of why they've won games. He's slanging the pill, as Marcus and Waukesha says. He's just mad the Bears QB can't slang no pills, and I think that's spot on as well.
He's just slanging incompletions.
Diana from Oguanago, and then 800-990-3776. Dude must be on crack. I can rule that one out. Cap's a good guy. He's just a little overzealous about his teams right now. As again, if you missed that interview, top of hour 3, you can hear some delusion if you like hearing delusional Bears fans. Pete and Oguanago chiming in here. You can have our sloppy seconds. I don't know what that's in reference to.
Oh.
I mean, a lot happened there.
Yeah.
Hey. Hey is right. Ryan in Madison, who is a Bears fan, says weed is legal in Illinois. He could be smoking all sorts of stuff. You could be too. You could be too. Now, 800-990-3776.
That's what she said.
What I missed there?
Could be smoking what?
Yeah, smoking the weed.
That's what she said. It is.
Fair enough.
Oh, I can't believe their love with Justin Fields. I mean, I know that Packer fans are really trying to color Jordan Love as the guy, but he's actually giving us evidence that he's the guy.
That's the thing. I've been not the hater. I've been the one that's trying to been like, let's just calm down. Let's just see more. Let's just see more. But what am I supposed to say? Right? I'm not going to come on here and be like, well, you know what? He didn't play well enough to beat the 8-2 Lions. The hell with that, he did. You undoubtedly can say the last 2 games that Jordan Love has had a major factor in them winning. And in the loss against the Steelers, he played well and was trending in the right direction. And so to go from that to winning 2 games with him being a focal focus in that, a focal point in that, it's hard for me to just, again, I'm going to call it how I see it. And what I saw is a lot of encouraging things. At what point have you been like, you know what? Damn, Justin Fields. All of their yards are throw it to DJ Moore and run. Not like, oh my God, what a dime that Justin Fields threw.
Yeah, and the thing is, and
no pill slangs.
No, not at all. And the thing is this: is when you look at the Green Bay Packers, we talked about progression and getting better. The Chicago Bears went into this season; they had a revamped defense, right? They just made a big trade, and they traded for Montez Sweat, so they got the defensive lineman. They went into the Lions game. And that's why I brought the Lions game, is because the Chicago Bears technically have more experience on that defense, more guys they invested in to be potential impact players, where the Packers are going through a youth movement. You're missing your starting inside linebacker. You're missing your starting corner in Jair Alexander, and the Packers were able to show that they were still a better football team with Jordan Love leading him. And the fact that he could not admit that the Packers looked better and that Jordan Love looked better as well, and he went to, we got DJ Moore. That just shows you how they are just so out of touch in Chicago. But as a Packers fan, that makes me feel good because that makes me know that the fact that he can't admit how good the Packers have looked better than the Bears, it shows me that the Packers are better than the Bears and they look better than the Bears, which is not the goal. I mean, that's not the goal whatsoever. But it just feels good to know that we're coming.
I also love when we work with partners where, like, they are first ballot Hall of Famers. And there's only one first ballot Hall of Famer when it comes to windows and doors. And that's Gina Della from Pella. There's no debate. Give her the lifetime contract.
Yeah, there's no debate. There's no discussion. We did our top 5 NFC quarterbacks earlier. Well, she's our top 5, and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin are always at the top of our list for the #1 best delivery. And especially right now, I mean, we're talking about Cyber Monday, and I mean, there's all these different prices that are just flying around everywhere. Inflation is everywhere. But you can decrease your energy costs dramatically, and that's by replacing your windows and doors with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. With the winter coming, you're going to be pumping that heat. You want to keep that all insulated in your house, and you can save even more by taking advantage of Pella's no interest and no down payment for up to 36 months. But you have to order by November 30th. That's only 3 days away, so you have to act quick. They can replace those windows and doors in as little as 6 weeks. So set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
800-990-3776. That's the ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. Get us on Twitter at KBN ESPN and streaming our beautiful faces on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. A lot of great things to cheers to and a couple things to pour them out to. If you have a cheers to or a pour one out, you know where to hit us. 800-990-3776, and we'll get to Jason Wilde after that. More Kyle Brust-Nortman presented by the official beer, the NFL, Bud Light.
This is Kyle Brust-Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light.
How are you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing great. We just got out of the Packers locker room, and the whole time, Ben, I'm thinking, God, I just want to get out of here so I can go talk to those guys at 3:30. I'm like Jordan Love, wrap this thing up. Let's get on with it.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ben Brust here for Legacy Exteriors. Make sure you give them a call, 608-221-3000, for all of your exterior needs, because they are the best in Dane County. Roofing, windows, gutters, siding, and decks. Can Legacy do it? You bet. They now offer 4-season sunrooms as well. If you're looking for an improvement on your home, whether it's the exteriors or something to enjoy all year long, Legacy Exteriors has it all for you. Legacy-exteriors.com or give them a call, 608-221-3000.
You can drive cutting-edge design. 2023 Audis are on the lot and ready for delivery. You can save $7,500 on select Audi EVs with the AFS EV lease bonus. See dealer for details and exclusions. Eligibility is subject to credit approval through Audi Financial Services. Cannot be combined with national customer credit. Offer expires November 30th. Stop in and test drive today. Check out our website to see our current electric vehicle inventory and our monthly specials. The search for your Audi begins and ends at Audi Madison, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road. Drive yours today.
LabCorp Clinical Trials is changing to a new name, Fortrea. While the name may be different, Fortrea combines decades of great experience and professionalism with new opportunities for clinical trial participation. It's more than a mission and more than a new name. Fortrea is dedicated to moving healthcare forward. To learn more about the future of healthcare and upcoming clinical trials, visit us at FortreaClinicalTrials.com. That's FORTREA clinicaltrials.com.
Hey, it's Alex Rowe. Football season is officially here, which means you better be doing it right with my friends at Door County Distillery. If you're a whiskey fan, you can't go wrong with the 9-time award-winning single malt whiskey from Door County Distillery. Maybe you like gin. How about that classic green bottle of gin from Door County Distillery? Or maybe it's the cherry brandy to mix up in your old-fashioned. Whatever it is, choose Door County Distillery. Visit their website, doorcountydistillery.com, for the retailer nearest you and all of those unique cocktail recipes. That's doorcountydistillery.com.
Mark Tauscher here for my friends at Buck and Honey's. Well, are you looking to celebrate Wisconsin hospitality this holiday season? Reserve a table or schedule a party at Buck and Honey's, a perennial Best of Madison award winner with locations in Sun Prairie, Monona, Waunakee, and their new great spot out in Mount Horeb. They always take great care of me and my family, and they can't wait to take care of yours. Reservations go fast, so log on to buckandhoneys.com today. That's buckandhoneys.com. I'll see you all at Buck and Honey's.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
Rye toast the best toast, right? Would you agree with that?
Rye's terrible.
Rye's terrible?
No, I think he's got a point there. I think.
Why are you looking at me like that, Cece?
No, because you're the only one that thought that quite literally
Dan and I like rye toast. What's the number one toast for you? If you had to get a toast, like with your eggs or whatever.
Sourdough, easily.
Sourdough.
Easily.
That's a great pick.
With a little butter, a little
That's
jelly.
a great pick.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah, a little pumpernickel.
Unsportsmanlike. Weekday mornings starting at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
Hey, Wisconsin, let's make this winter the season of safe driving. With the snowy weather setting in, the Wisconsin DOT reminds you to be safe on the roads. Plan extra travel time. Be mindful of your speed. Check 511wi.gov to know before you go. And please slow down and drive with caution whenever you see a plow at work. Plow drivers work hard to keep us all safe, so let's return the favor. Safe drivers make for safer roads. Sponsored by the Wisconsin DOT.
We tend not to think about right now, but right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. When you give to the V Foundation, 100% of your donation goes directly to game-changing cancer research. Victory over cancer is there for the taking. By you. Donate at V.org, because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
It is a Victory Monday here on Kyle Brust and Nortman after the long weekend. Good to have everyone back. Kyle Wallace vibing, very happy, in a great mood.
Because you said it's what? Victory Monday.
I was going to say, when Victory Mondays happen, he is probably a 12 out of 10 in bias.
Oh, yeah.
And then
I didn't get to celebrate with y'all last week.
And 2 victories.
Pushing P.
Badgers and Packers.
Yeah.
And then, rare now.
And then when the Packers lose a couple in a row, it becomes like a -2 out of 10 in terms of having to deal with at work.
There's
Let's
mourning
hope
on.
There's, more victories in our future and all the losses are behind us. So we can jump in a lake, or y'all can jump in a lake.
We're going to get you.
And we can just keep celebrating.
Brad Nortman, 6-year NFL punter with us, 800-990-3776. Let's go to Ken in Oak Creek. Ken, welcome into Kyle Brust and Nortman. Will you be jumping in Lake Michigan with us if the Packers make the playoffs?
Pretty tempting. There's a lot more I need to see, and I'm getting closer and closer to getting on the love train or buying his Kool-Aid, so to say. But he needs to make, when they open up their first play to Watson, that should, in my opinion, I don't know what you guys think, should have been a touchdown if he would have thrown it properly. Once he starts making those plays and those passes, I'll be jumping in Lake Michigan with you, buddy.
So Ken, it's a good point. Yeah, go appreciate the call. Actually, like one of the things I wrote down in my notes, and again, it's okay to have things to work on. I forget, it was Dan Orlovsky of ESPN who did a film breakdown on Jordan Love, and he talked about how there are too many times Jordan Love makes like a good throw, but like he doesn't put it in the pill sling area. The pill sling is Christian Watson catches that ball in stride and house calls it, right? Christian Watson did have to come back for that underthrown ball. Progress from Christian Watson is he fought for that ball like my dog fights for the tennis ball when I'm playing with my dog at home, right? He's like, I'm going to go get it. He comes back and gets the ball. Christian Watson was a dog in that play and went back and got it. But I do agree. I wrote down in my notes. I was like, little bit underthrown, but props to Christian Watson for coming back for it. Look, he's not perfect, but there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of ass out there. There's not a lot of good quarterback play out there.
Well, we like a lot of that sometimes.
Sometimes, but not in the quarterback world, unless it's for the Bears and the Vikings. We like looking at their quarterback play like that. So it is a good call. I understand there are things where like people want the perfect game, right? But not everything's going to be perfect. He did just about everything you could ask for, but that was one thing that I wrote down as a negative. After that, I really didn't have much.
Well, he's delivered on improving on just about everything, whether it be, short or intermediate accuracy, consistency, even, improving completion percentage. And yes, that was an underthrown ball, and if that would have been in stride, that would have been a touchdown. Deep ball accuracy is still his thing, but a thing that's in minus form. But I think from that intermediate to deep ball, I'm now seeing more accurate throws than less. It used to be like, we can't get the ball 30 yards down the field at all. But now it seems like it's at least half and half. There's enough good plays down the field to at least offset a negative like that. It's going to also be really, really hard for the Packers to extend him when he checks all the boxes. You're going to have to put some hope in him that he will continue to progress and get better. You can't wait until he does everything perfect.
I mean, he's going to demand more money if he gets to the point of
it's true.
Damn, I'm really, really good. I'm going to get lots of money, but it's time to cheers to and pour one out.
The weekend is over, so let's pop some bottles. It's time for Cheers to and Pour One Out on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Every Monday over the weekend, could be sports, could not be sports, could be anything. And if you want to chime in, 800-990-3776. Give us your cheers tos and who you're pouring one out for. Brad, go ahead.
There are so many people that I could cheers to this weekend that I would be hammered drunk if I tried to list everyone, from the Packers, from the Badgers. But I'm going to focus on a specific position group for the Green Bay Packers. That's the defensive line, right? There's been criticism with the defensive line and defense in general throughout the year, but man, they were relentless. Rashawn Gary, Preston Smith, Kenny Clark, they made Jared Goff uncomfortable all day. Sacks, pressures. I saw a stat, it was like midway through the fourth quarter, on 44 dropbacks, he had 20 pressures. That's half. So he was uncomfortable. They were causing fumbles. They were causing missed throws all game. It allowed help the Packers get ahead quick and stay ahead. Awesome to see that line do well, that unit do well. And, man, Rashawn Gary, he got the bag, and he's still bringing it. Love watching that guy play. Cheers to the Packers D-line.
I love that, and I'm going to cheers to this. I know, it's only 7 wins, but it meant something. The Wisconsin Badgers were 5-5. And they were looking like they may not make a bowl game, and they sat there, they looked each other in the eye, and they stepped up, and they won back-to-back games. Now, I understand this isn't the season that we wanted, but the X game has some juice. I was happy to see the guys go out there and play like that was the Super Bowl and going to get the X back. And I know sometimes I've been tough on Braylon Allen, but Braylon gave it his all in that game on Saturday, where he led that team on the offense. And I got to show some love for the defense. Rico with the interception. My cuz with the punch out there. I got to show them some love for what they did to put that game away. So I am cheersing to the Wisconsin Badgers, ending the regular season on a high note and bringing the Axe back. It's not just the fact they won, it's the fact that they came together, they had a mission, and they finally stepped up and looked like a full unit. There wasn't any friction or fractions in that locker room, so cheers to Luke Fickell for getting them boys to play.
800-990-3776. Dwayne from West Bend chimes in. Cheers to the Bucks on that comeback win against Portland. Since I did not have that on mine, I wanted to make sure I got that one. That is a good one from Dwayne. I got a cheers to the Wisconsin Badger basketball team, actually. I didn't have a chance to hit on that on Wednesday. Weird show, Kyle and I, 2 hours, whatever, Marquette the thing. The UW systems did wonderful. UW Milwaukee went down to Daytona. They got a Siena. And then the Badgers got it done. I guess SMU, they came back. Fort Myers tip-off champions. Marquette, unfortunately, fell short in the Maui Invitational. So shout out to the UW systems holding it down.
That is hilarious.
What?
That's what you're using your cheers one for?
No, I'm just... Can I not be proud of being an alum of a school that won the Invitational that they played in over Thanksgiving?
Wow.
Yeah, okay.
Now time for the pour one out.
All right. Pour one out. This is funny.
I would like to pour one out for Marquette. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. This is funny. So I wrote this down this morning, right, in my own pre-show prep, and then we got Cap on the phone, and he's talking all this Chicago Bear nonsense. Pour one out to the haters of the state of Wisconsin. Just when you think you can bury the Wisconsin Badgers, you bury the Green Bay Packers, you put a little dirt on them, they rise up like the Undertaker in that gif and show that, you know what, Wisconsin still can play some football and get the axe. Wisconsin can still come out and win big divisional games. So, the Gopher fans, Lions, Bears fans especially, pour one out for you guys. We're still here, baby.
Winning is in the DNA of this state. Let's go to John in Milwaukee, 800-990-3776 for a cheers to or pour one out. What do you got?
Afternoon, lads. How are we doing today?
Fantastic.
Hey. All right, I'm going to throw out some mocking cheers to the University of Michigan. I don't know how in the world they could have overcome such a great obstacle of not having their coach on the sidelines for the game. I am so sick of all the Michigan versus the world nonsense. I hate Ohio State, and I hate Michigan for playing that card like they actually overcame adversity. Screw them. Have a great day, lads.
Hey, that's what it's here for.
I like it.
Thank you to John in Milwaukee, our resident Michigan Wolverine superfan, Chris Larson. How would you like to respond to John?
Yeah, whoever his favorite team is, they're not playing this weekend. Michigan's playing in the Big Ten championship game. They're going to win in the back-to-back-to-back Big Ten championships and going back to the playoff again. So enjoy your toilet bowl game wherever your team's going to.
There's Chris. Kyle, who would you like to pour it out to?
Well, I got two. I'm going to do pour one out and honorable mention because one is pour one out, and they're both around Pfizer Forum and the Milwaukee Bucks. And so I'm pouring one out first because as I'm parking, I got a great parking spot to go to the Bucks game yesterday. And as I'm walking, I see an apple core on the ground, all brown and ugly. And I thought to myself, yuck.
Here comes the littering police.
Let's be better because I had to step over a nasty apple core on the side of the beautiful road that we have there by the Pfizer Forum. Let's be better and love our community. And there's garbages everywhere. Throw it in the garbage. Don't be like Ben. Don't be like Brad. Be like a civil individual and human being and throw things in the garbage like we teach children to do. Now, my other one is this. I'm pouring one out to Craig Counsell for showing his dirty traitor face at the Bucks game yesterday. The audacity to play in our face like that and think he could just dilly-dally on to the Pfizer Forum with us not having an issue or attitude about it. I'm glad the Bucks didn't put him on a jumbotron because if they did, we would have booed him, and that would have put the negative vibe in that place that we did not want. We want all positivity. How dare you? And I bet you he was gone when they made the comeback because all of a sudden the Bucks came back because that negative energy went probably down to Chicago to be with Dave Kaplan with all that delusion that they have. So that is my pour one out. I'm pouring one out to Craig Counsell for thinking it's okay to come to a Bucks game right now. We still got beef, buddy. Keep your behind down there in Chicago with that dirty water they drinking.
Marcus in Waukesha chimes in. Kyle's a loser for that one. What if the squirrels like those apples? I'm not going to get down the rabbit hole when you litter the apple core and the bananas. You get the animals on the road, and then you hit the animals, and there's roadkill. I get it, Kyle. He would also like to pour one out to the delusional Bear fans out there. And that's where it leads me. I have to pour one out to what was going to be my pour one out anytime the Bears lose. It's twofold. I hope the Bears win and beat the Minnesota Vikings today to help the Green Bay Packers playoff chances. And also, David Kaplan of ESPN 1000 joined us and said the Bears are going to win 9 games and make the playoffs next year. So I must now pour one out to the most delusional thing I have ever heard prior to David Kaplan, which is my brother Jonathan. Please, Chris.
There's more games this year, Bears or Packers?
Oh, 100% Bears. Not even a question. You guys got Jordan Love. It's like throwing Ben out there as a quarterback. They're going to lose.
How many wins you got on that, JB? Bears. Good question, Josh.
10.
Thank you for the call. Believe it or not, we heard something more delusional today, and that will be my new pour one out moving forward every time the Bears lose this year, next year, and beyond. That is David Kaplan's 9 wins and a playoff berth. And we can also add, he said Justin Fields is the best quarterback in the division, which is beyond bonkers.
It's ridiculous. As if Jared
Weed
Goff
is tight. Weed is tight.
Yeah, it's tight. That bear pack is gotten them people high as a kite and not knowing what they're doing. That's what this does. Bear down.
Weed is tight. Weed is tight.
That is cheers to and pour one out. Thank you for all of your contributions. We'll do this every Monday. But I got to give a shout out to Herd Hospitality in the buses that you need to be taking for the December 3rd game, because I took one up last week before the Thanksgiving game against the Chargers, and it was an amazing experience. You walk in the bar, you get your bus pass, you get the all-you-can-eat and drink package that you can go to the bar at Holmgren Way up there. But the best part is when you take these buses, you don't have to worry about traffic. You don't have to worry about driving back. You can enjoy yourself with water, with beer, with like everything you need. A bathroom on the coach bus. It's amazing. So go to golfwanakee.com. Go to MilwaukeeBroadhouse.com and book your ride today with the official ride to Green Bay. It's a VIP experience. So again, use code ESPN23 for 10% off your total purchase. Book your trip using ESPN23 for 10% off your total purchase. That's MilwaukeeBroadhouse.com or GolfWaukee.com. Jason Wilde joins us next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman.
So I'll say that, man. Mark Chmura, every time I see him in the morning, get my coffee, I walk right by here and I look at him, I'm like, man, that's a handsome dude.
I thought you got to cuddle up with him too, huh?
I'd love to. I feel like I'd fit right in. You know, he's 6'6", you know, I'd be the little spoon with you.
Presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. Wisconsin is back in front of the all-time series between Minnesota following a win on Saturday and finishes the regular season 7-5. Head coach Luke Fickell after the game.
At the end of the year, when things aren't going exactly the way you expected them to, boy, those emotions really drain you. I know they did me. I mean, this was a stretch for me that has been as tough as anything. But to see those guys with the passion and energy, I knew it was a rivalry game, but still, there's something that had to dig deeper.
The Badgers now await their fate on which bowl game they will play in.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin can dramatically help lower your energy costs year-round. No interest and no down payment for up to 36 months when you order by November 30th. Visit PellaWI.com.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. I joined the Princeton Club because I was looking for a place I could invest in my health, and the environment and the community I have felt has made it so easy for me to incorporate it into my everyday life. It doesn't matter where you're at in your fitness journey because they have something to offer everyone. It also goes beyond fitness. From the moment you walk in the club to the moment you walk out, there is a togetherness felt throughout the members and staff that keeps you going for your better tomorrow. Don't wait any longer and get started on your fitness journey today at PrincetonClub.net. That's PrincetonClub.net.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda Service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it yourself at 2 convenient Madison locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Honda certified technicians handle it all. You can even get flexible payment options. Fix your car now and pay later. Apply online to see your options in seconds with no hard credit check. Make your service appointment online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Set your game plan for a new baseball season with the 2024 Brewers 4-Pack. Don't wait. Get yours by November 27th and get a 5th game added to your plan for free. That's 4 action-packed plan choices, your first chance at the best seats, and a bonus Brewers game free for early buyers. Plus, each pair of a 4-pack comes with a Brewers Knit Hack. Act now and get this limited time offer at brewers.com/4packs.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
Hey, it's Hunter Vaughn. ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see teams making an impact in their community. Nominate your local team today at ESPNMadisonGameChangers.com.
ESPNWisconsin.com.
This is Kyle Bruston-Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Every Monday and Thursday, Jason Wilde joins us right here on Kyle Bruston-Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin, presented by the official beer of the NFL, Bud Light. I'm Ben Brust alongside the happiest man in probably ESPN Wisconsin. 4-0 for his Badgers and Packers as he was on vacation. Now, Thanksgiving break. It's more insufferable when they win, though, I will say that. Brad Nortman also here with us. He's the longtime NFL punter, as Jason Wilde says. Jason, welcome to the program.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Doing well, Jason. Now, I heard that you and Rob Demovsky and many others were discussing the potential of an extension during the same year that Jordan Love got an extension, and I heard you were reaching out to league offices. Do you have any more clarification on if he can be extended?
I don't. I have not heard back from the league office yet. So my understanding is that you can't do 2 extensions in a calendar year or in a 12-month window. So I've thought that from the beginning. Rob and I talked about that last week before Thanksgiving. But I want to get, clear-cut information, and I'm waiting to hear back from the league on that, but I'm pretty sure that that's the case. So, for me, this has kind of been a moot point all along because they weren't going to extend it. We just swing with the pendulum to such a degree. I just got done with assistant coaches, and even Tom Clements is not talking about just how star-spangled awesome Jordan Love has been. Like he's, pointing out, for example, that it was a terrible decision, the throw that he made across the field, throwing back the opposite direction to Malik Heath in the game on last Thursday. Like this is, I know we're all excited and for good reason, and there's lots of encouraging signs, and I was talking to Jordan in the locker room today. I'm really happy for him because I do think he's just a good dude, and I'm thrilled that he's having success. But there's 6 games to go, and I think there's a couple games, even against theoretically inferior opponents, were some things are not going to go well. And I just hope that, just as much as I kept trying to tell people, all right, it's, there were people that were proclaiming he is not the guy during that 4-game losing streak, right? Maybe some of them are on this program. I can't remember. I talked to so many people. But the bottom line is that if you shouldn't have been saying that then, and we have to be careful about major proclamations now. And I know other people can do this however they want. But I'm going to tell you that there are growing pains still ahead. There's been some great moments. There's going to be more great moments, but there's going to be some not so great moments too. Tom Clements said it himself. And Tom Clements and I don't agree on everything, but we definitely agree on that.
Jason, so with all of this, there has been a lot of pendulum swinging. And where I have been is I have said, look, Brad and Kyle, they wanted to marry him after week 3. And I said, I need more sample size. And I still need more sample size, but I think it's okay to also say, hey, look, he was a focal point in them winning the last 2 games. And before the last 2 games, I had said there's no way they make the playoffs. Chris, please play the audio for Jason Wilde. If they make the playoffs, I will jump in Lake Michigan. Probably a little hot in your ear. Will you jump in Lake Michigan with me if we raise a certain amount of money? What's for a specific charity? Will you join in that cause?
No.
Why is that?
Because I don't want to jump into Lake Michigan.
But what if we raise enough money for charity? John Anderson has said he's going to fly from Connecticut to do it.
Good for him.
Jason,
I don't want to jump in the lake.
Jason, is there a dollar figure that we could get to for KBN Nation to strive for, to have you join, to have the illustrious Jason Wilde jump in with us?
No, there isn't.
All right, that settled that.
Jason, you're a good one because I said the same thing. When I said no, they tried to pressure me and shame me. You know, all they had to do was say John Anderson. I'm like, well, I'll think about it. And that's where the dollar figure came to, where I might go out for a dollar figure. But you're a good one. You understand that Lake Michigan is cold. It's freezing in January. It's probably not safe to do it, but I'm going to encourage my friends in KBN Nation to do it if the Packers make the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't know how to swim. I'm not getting in Lake Michigan.
Okay, that's fair.
Jason, you have to admit over the last month, though, that the offensive improvement has been pretty substantial and fun to see grow. And I'm curious from your eyes, who do you give more credit for that? Is that Jordan Love or the pass catchers?
It's undeniable that there's been vast improvement. There's no doubt about that. We were actually talking to Jason Vrabel about this a couple minutes ago. I think it's, first of all, I think it's both, right? Like, I know we love to, what did you guys used to do on Scalzo and Breastband? The pie chart of blame?
The pie chart of blame. I heard it was stolen on Wilde and Tausch for a couple days.
Yeah, but he borrowed. The show was defunct. So I felt like the pie chart of blame was a free agent, first of all. But secondly,
well, we need royalties then.
We'll have to check the contract that you signed. I would say this. I think every time we're having this conversation, that it's both, right? Like, Love has been more decisive. He's been more accurate. And these guys have done a much better job of being where they're supposed to be when they're supposed to be there. I was talking to Sean Clifford in the locker room today because I want to write something at Tausch's suggestion about the different arm angles that Jordan has been throwing off of different platforms, much like Brad Nortman is throwing off of a kind of 3/4 platform in his photo on the Wikipedia page that makes you think that he's a quarterback.
Love studying my film.
Clearly. But one of the things that Sean said was that, you know, he was never going to throw his guys under the bus, but that I think there was a level of, I don't want to say frustration, but uncertainty as to whether or not receivers were going to be where they were supposed to be. And I think that contributed to Jordan looking indecisive. But I also think that it was why, this is the thing that I had harped on, was that it felt like there were so many instances where he would, look like he was aiming the ball or guiding the ball instead of just letting it rip. And then LaFleur had that let it rip comment. And then, in my opinion, since Pittsburgh, so the last 3 games is when he's been really good. Pittsburgh, the Chargers, and the Lions. So I think it's both, but it's also interesting, like the best throw or the craziest throw, whatever you want to call it, the one where it gets through that tiny, tiny, tiny window to Jaden Reed, that was incredible, and it was because Christian Watson ran the wrong route and shouldn't have been there. And so there's Watson, there's the guy covering him, there's Reed, there's the guy covering him, and somehow that ball gets through. So those mistakes are still being made. And that's why I also caution that there's going to be more of those. But no doubt, things look a lot better, and you should be really excited if you're a Packers fan.
8% chance before the Lions game, 43% chance after. You think the Bears can get it done against the Vikings to help the Pack?
If the Bears win, I will. No, I'm not going to say anything. I have no idea, but I look forward to seeing what happens tonight.
Sounds good, Jason. Well, thank you for joining us, and we will talk to you on Thursday.
All right, watch out for the shrinkage, Ben. Take care. Be good.
There's more than just me. It's going to be Brad. It's going to be Tori Lowe. It's going to be John Anderson. It's going to be our fans on the talking text line. Josh DiMaggio, if the Packers make the playoffs, we're jumping in Lake Michigan. Who's joining us? 800-990-3776. Touching on the Packers' victory against the Lions. You got Rutledge and Hamilton next in Madison. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Sell out with me, oh yeah, sell out.
Jim Rutledge here. If I sound lighter and fitter than I ever have sounded before, that's thanks to Carbon World Health. I had hit a wall in my efforts to lose weight while maintaining muscle. Then Dr. Ness Rodriguez introduced me to semaglutide, and I've dropped over 20 pounds in weight, and I have my body fat percentage at 10%. Semaglutide is the game-changing weight loss treatment you've seen all over social media, and it's available to you at Carbon World Health. It's FDA approved and will burn fat, not muscle. Go to carbonworldhealth.com today to set up a consultation.
Hi, this is former Badger Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison. Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center update brought to you by Mr. Irrelevant. Join Alex Strope and a featured special guest every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, exclusively streaming